Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. Welcome to my review for the Deluxe Zenkaiju Gear from Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. This is the transformation device that facilitates the, well, transformation for Super Zenkaiser and Super TwoKaiser. And you can see that it looks like the Q-Rex or the V-Rex. That's because it's primarily inspired in terms of the power-up by Timefire and Dragon Ranger and their mech. However, there's a few other influences in it. So let's talk about the look first. So here it kind of looks like if the Fang Memory and the Q-Rex had a baby. And I do like the creativity of this design having multiple different past Sentai influences in it. It kind of has that classic Zenkaiger design where it's like almost there but not quite, and it feels like they just wanted it to happen no matter what, even if some of the modes suffered. But I think it's a little bit better than some of like the weird monstrous lion and T-Rex mecha we've gotten. But so I appreciate the creativity of it. But as far as the toy goes, it honestly does look a little bit cheap, kind of similar to Zenkaiger's mecha itself. Like, I do think it's a little bit adorable. It looks kind of neat sitting there. And this part looks good. You know, you got kind of the chrome there. The green paint here is kind of shiny, looks good. The black paint here looks good. The V-Rex, Q-Rex head doesn't look half bad. Same thing here. It's a little bit of a shinier silver here. But the rest of it is that dark gray, that ugly dark gray, cheap looking plastic. And then especially on this side, to be fair though, you're not going to be displaying it like this, probably. I don't know your life. And then this is where it's going to plug into other things. So that's fair. But just overall, it just looks cheaper than most Sentai toys. It definitely seems like they're cutting costs a little bit more with this year's Sentai. I mainly bring that up because I've talked about in other reviews when I first started collecting Sentai toys. There was this real feeling of like, wow, I'm really getting my money's worth. Like, I'm glad I imported, you know, it feels like quality. And this honestly feels more like the stuff from Bandai America we got. And this isn't an anti-Bandai America rant. It's just, it feels cheaper than your average Sentai toy. But so sound-wise, you have this gear here. You can see it looks like a gear, but it's going to spin sort of like TwoKaiser's little wheel does, but it grants you the noises and helps it work with the mecha. So when you spin it, you get some sort of kaiju noises. That one sounds like a transforming noise from the Transformers movies. Then eventually you get a burping noise, and if you do it in succession, you get some blasting noises. And it also kind of has like a standby, like I'm shutting off going to sleep noise, which I'll just wait for it to go. I'll time lapse it. Not like a montage, but I'll just wait for it. And I'm probably going to go by the time I'm done talking. Oh, okay, I'll be quiet. There it is, and that kind of sounds like him, like, almost said rummaging, I don't know why I said rummaging, but like walking through the city. And then it'll make noises when you transform it, so when you transform it, not when you do that, but when you swing this around, you get that. And I really like the robotic Zenkaiju Gear voice far more than the crackhead voices in the normal changers, far more than like, ah, give me some drugs! Like, this sounds so much cooler to me. I like that sound. You will get some noises when you go back too. Like that, but just... And now just real quick before we get to the rest of the action, just talking about the other design influences, I'm pretty sure this was on purpose, unless it was just a huge happy accident, but when you put it like this, it definitely evokes the Abba Ranger changers, which is nice. And then this little bit here, I think especially when you have it turned this way, is sort of supposed to evoke the Gokai Galleon, especially because of TwoKaiser. Again, I'm pretty sure they did this on purpose, but I do like those little nods. Yeah, we heard you the third time. Okay, so now let's go ahead and use this with the primary changer. So for the primary changer, if you couldn't tell already, we're going to be putting it in like a regular gear. So you just put it in like you would, and you'll get that, and they do work together, so then... Now I'll do attack. Then you have this as well. Alright, enough of that. I should also mention though, when you take it out, press this little button here to release so you don't risk getting it out. I mean, you can get it out of there that way, but again, you risk breaking it. I say that because I did that a couple times without knowing the button was there when I first got it. Classic Dawson. Alright, now we have TwoKaiser's changer, so you just plug it in the same way exactly where gears go. And before we get started, I have to say, I actually really like this on there. Like, it doesn't become too cumbersome on either one, but I actually think this improves the look of the changer overall, and I think it looks really cool on there. Okay, so now let's do the henshin. And you can... See, this is why I didn't do that in the review. Mine's much more responsive to shaking. It doesn't like the dancing, just like me. And you can also get this petered out one. So this can be done in either of the two changers. I'll show it off in both just for the sake of it. But so just have it plugged in and open up the mouth. Get some standby noises. And then you get another one for the mecha formation, which has a really cool jingle. And then it just loops back to that one. Okay, so here we have it in TwoKaiser's changer. And there you have it. That is pretty much it. I don't think I forgot anything, but you get the gist of it. So overall, I mean, this thing is aggressively okay. It does exactly what it needs to do and nothing more. I was honestly just expecting a little something more from it. I'm not sure why. Like I said, it looks a little worse than I thought it would, even though I do like the design in general. I mean, all those sounds are right there. It functions right. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the Sentai toys will always have a little bit more of an extra something that makes you think, wow, this is really cool. It's got a little extra fun, but, you know, it's not really an overwhelming negative because, like I said, it's not necessarily missing anything. I would just say it didn't overly impress me to the point where I'm like, guys, you absolutely have to pick this up. This is my favorite thing of the Zenkaiger line. It's kind of more like, if you really like this thing in the show, you're getting exactly what you see, and I think you'll be happy with it, but it's not going to knock your socks off. Honestly, my only real complaint outside of just wanting more out of it is just I wish it looked a little bit better. I think if it looked a little bit better, I would be a little bit happier, but it's just kind of like, I'm not upset, I'm just disappointed. But overall, it's okay. Like I said, if you really like what you see from this review and you like what you see in the show, it does exactly what you need, but nothing more than that. That's about it for this one though, guys. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you're notified of my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.